Hello, and welcome to RIME Entertainment Showcase with your hosts, Rita and Mel.
Reporting on the problems of the prison system.
I believe in good and evil. I believe some of the guys in here deserve to be in here and deserve to be punished for what they've done.
The UK system is stretched, the US system is stretched. We're maxed out, we're all at breaking point.
Some of these guys done horrible things. Some of them just deserve to be goddamn punished.
I have solved the prison crises in the year 2023. That's what I've done.
We need this program, and we need it now.
My father.
Do I look scared to you?
I'm scared enough!
It's okay, not for you.
I honestly don't know anyone.
This is a good thing. We are definitely on the right track.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the 30th official episode of RIME Entertainment Showcase. We hope you enjoyed the trailer of the program directed by Anthony Spiner. Now, today, our guest is Bonneer. She is a singer and songwriter from Ireland. Welcome to the show, Bonneer. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, pleasure. So we really want to get stuck in and find out about how you discovered music and where did this love for music come from?
God, yeah. So I grew up with music. There was music always in our house. When I started playing piano at the age of 4, my mom taught me. So I played piano for years. My dad taught me violin as well when I was younger, and it was just kind of nonstop. And I just fell in love with music from a very young age, especially classical music, which is quite unusual for a kid. But yeah, I did. I just loved it. And I haven't stopped since, really. It's just been all go. Yeah.
Right. Amazing. So in terms of your influences, I know you've mentioned that your influences were, bands like Portishead.
Yeah.
And, how did that trigger anything for you to say, right, I want to make music like this? Or was it some other genre that you were influenced by?
Yeah, well, so, my brother gave me that album Dummy by Portishead for my 10th birthday, I think it was. And I just fell in love with her voice, and I fell in love with the style as well. And that was a big inspiration for me. But yeah, I guess I always kind of felt like I would maybe write music one day. You just kind of feel like you have some sort of something in you, but you're not quite sure. So I guess I took great inspiration from that. And then I think in my music, you can kind of hear a little bit of that. But as well, you can hear the classical music kind of influence as well. But to me anyways, I don't know what other people get. But I think I'm influenced by all of those things that I listened to growing up anyway. Yeah.
So how did it all start? I mean, obviously I know, you started playing the piano and violin. How did you make that transition in terms of a career? Where did that begin?
Well, career is a bit of a strong word. I'm just getting going, really. But in terms of songwriting, so my best friend was diagnosed with terminal cancer 3 years ago now, God. And that just really spurred me on to write something for her. I wanted to write a piece of music for her just to let her know how much I loved her and how special she was. So I did. I sat down and I composed a little piano piece for her, which ended up being played on the day of her funeral. And after that, I used to write poetry when I was a kid, and my brother always said to me, he said, "Blaine, you should start trying songwriting. You know, I reckon you'd be able for that." But so I just did. I said I'd give it a go, and I started putting lyrics to my music, and it's just been nonstop ever since. Like, I've over 85 songs I've written now, and I've just got ideas coming into my head all the time. It's wonderful, you know. It's hard to keep up with everything because you're just recording ideas all the time. But it's fantastic, and I love it, and I'm so grateful to be able to do it.
Yeah. Do you find that you draw on your inspiration to songwrite from personal experiences, or would it be like everyday things that you might just see in like something?
Both actually, yeah. Like a lot of my songs are very personal and about things I've experienced and gone through, but I'm very inspired by what I see going on in the news and stuff, you know, and around me. So yeah, kind of half and half, really. Yeah.
So I know, sadly, you lost your father at a young age.
Yeah.
And that led you to stop playing the violin. Was like at that time, I mean, obviously you were still young, but what was going through your head in terms of musically, in terms of your own self, to keep moving forward and dealing with that?
Yeah, it was actually, at the time it was hard to keep going with the music because my dad was such a big part of music for me, you know. So I did stop playing violin after he died. I just found it too upsetting really to continue. But I mean, out of his memory and in his honor, I didn't want to give it up altogether, even though I was tempted to, you know. So I did keep going, and I joined a choir when I was just shortly. Yeah, actually, it was before he died. I joined the choir, and he used to bring me for a little while. But then, I was tempted to stop going to the choir, but I didn't. I kept going, and my mom was bringing me every week, and thankfully I did, you know, because it just kind of gave me something to live for, really, because I didn't realize at the time how important music is to me and how much I love it, you know. It's not until you don't realize those things until you're an adult, you know, but it really kept me going in many ways, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you feel like kind of moving on into your path into music and kind of involving this a lot more? Do you find there's been specific things that you found, okay, now's the right time to release this? I mean, I know obviously like you're quite active on social media. Do you find that timing is a certain thing that you need to get right when you are putting a song or a bit of material out there?
Well, definitely, if you're right, and especially if you're writing about something that's happening at the time. Now I have released a few songs, but I don't think people quite got what the songs were about. So, you know, just kind of goes over some people's heads. But yeah, I think it is important. A lot of the time, timing is of the essence. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you find? I mean, obviously, it depends what you're going through at that time when you're writing. But do you find that there's a pattern of themes that your songs are kind of focused on, or are they quite sort of varied in their topic?
Yeah, I have to be careful what I say here now. I do get quite inspired by politics a lot. Now, I won't go into too much detail about that, but yeah, that does really light a fire in my belly, I have to say. And you know, a lot of my early stuff, my early songs, I just gone through a breakup, so a lot of them were about all of that kind of stuff, do you know? But yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant. So in terms of any latest stuff that you're working on, like can you share with us a bit about what you're looking to release in the coming months, perhaps?
in the coming months? Well, at the moment, I'm working towards getting into the studio and I want, my end goal is to record all of my songs. I've got a few albums worth written now. So that's my real goal, what I'm working towards. But at the moment, you know, COVID and everything has just put a dampener on all of that. So everything is kind of on hold right now. But yeah, I have my YouTube channel. I'm still posting songs to my YouTube channel. They're not official releases, you know, they're just kind of demos that I've done at home myself. But I'm also working with a couple of other musicians. I've recently worked on a song called Dying of the Light by James Passy. He's an English singer-songwriter, very talented guy. And he's asked me to work on another couple of his songs as well. So looking forward to doing that. And then I'm also working with my sister Shun, who is a filmmaker, and we're working on, I won't go into too much detail about it, but we're working on something quite exciting together. Yeah. So there's a few things, you know, I'm kept going. Yeah. Anyway, definitely kept busy. I'm writing loads and
Yeah. What keeps you motivated in terms of doing what you're doing and what you love?
It's kind of like breathing in a way. I just have to do it. I'm compelled to do this. It's like how I'm feeling is coming out in melody, in music, you know, and I just can't keep it in there. I'm sorry, but I have to let it out. It just has to come out. Yeah, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon, touch wood. But I just have to, I don't know, you know, you've got something in you that just has to come out. And that's just how it feels. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think once you've got that that kind of that fire in your belly almost, or that purpose, it's something you can't hold back. You just need to do it.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
So I've got a question for you now. On your social media, you do this amazing thing where you collage all of your pieces, all of your videos into one. How long does that take you to do? Now, for viewers out there, when you go to follow Bonneer, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about here. I find this so clever and so creative, and I feel like I need to ask you this question because...
Well, it's not, maybe it's not as tricky as it looks. I mean, there is this app called Acapella for anybody out there who is interested. It's for iPhone, so it won't work on Android, but you do it with that. So it's super handy for doing harmonies, etc., all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you're in any way as fussy as I am, you could spend a long time doing it. So yeah, I've worked 12 hours sometimes at it. You know, I've spent an entire day just doing it, because you'll record one bit and then you won't be so happy with it, and then you'll have to record it again and record it again and record it again, and then the same for the next bit and the same for the next bit. So I'm sure you know yourselves, girls, but yeah, it can be very time consuming, but it's great. It's great in the end, you know, and that you're able to do that. God, yeah.
What would you say is your favorite part? I mean, I guess you probably say all of it, but is there a favorite part or a favorite moment where in your career that you just think, that's what really filled me up?
I mean, well, you see, I don't know about everybody, but I was riddled with self-doubt. So, you know, I always knew I could sing. I always knew I could play piano, but putting yourself out there, having written some music, is a really daunting thing. You know, it's very daunting because people can be very harsh and judgmental, and God, you know, someone can say one thing and it can stick with you for the rest of your life. And so it's very scary to face that and be like, oh God, what way is this going to go? But thankfully, I've just gotten really lovely feedback from people, and people seem to like listening to my music, which is wonderful, you know. So yeah, that's just in itself for me is rewarding, and that kind of spurs me on to keep doing it, you know.
So it's good that you've got that support around you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Great. Amazing. So for someone that is looking to kind of move into a music career, or has always had it but doesn't know what to do with their material or anything, what sort of advice would you offer that particular person?
I would say do something similar to I did, set up a YouTube channel and start posting your music, and you'll get genuine feedback from people who don't know you, and they're the best ones to get it from, because the people who know you will all say, yes, it's great. But, you want the real... Yeah.
I might say, no, just don't give up your day, don't embarrass me.
But, like when you get the lovely feedback from total strangers, that's wonderful. And, I would definitely recommend doing something like that, and just keep going. If it's something that as you say, lights that fire in your belly, go for it, and just never give up. And never let anybody tell you no, because there'll always be people out there that will kind of want to see you fall flat on your face, even if you're really good or not. There's just always that kind of thing. So just never let anybody tell you no. If you really want to do it, do it.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect advice there. Amazing. So this is your opportunity to share with our viewers where they can find out more about you and hear your great music. So plug it.
If you go to my YouTube channel, is bonneer.com, BONNWER.com. Loads of my songs are posted there. I've got a Facebook page, Bonneer, also, and I've got an Instagram, Bonneer Music. I'll have to double check that one.
Yeah,
I think it is Bonneer Music.
Yeah. So there you go. That's where I am.
Amazing. Well, I mean, Bonneer, have you got any other tips that you would like to share with our viewers, or?
So take everything with a pinch of salt. There's a lot of sharks out there when you kind of enter into the music world, and a lot of people will tell you what you want to hear, especially for women. I've found, just be careful, because guys can be quite creepy. Just take everything with a pinch of salt, and just be true to yourself and take it at your own pace, and do what you want to do. Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think what's definitely come across in this interview is your energy, your passion for what you do. Even when you're your tips, it's like, just go for it. You can see that fire burning in you, that you're actually fulfilling it, and that is very refreshing. So
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being such an amazing guest, Bonneer. We can't wait to hear more of your music. Viewers, stay tuned. We've got more music from Bonneer at the end of the show.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for more RIME Entertainment Showcase.